Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my Crazy Down the Rabbit Hole page. I'm Crazy Taxi, in which I talk about common sense, but I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, 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 very important. Not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people that drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. If you want to go down the rabbit hole with me, the universe has brought you to me for a purpose. So I recommend that you read the description of who I am before you get involved. I am not responsible for any spirits or deities coming towards your way because you was stuck in your emotion, you're an EDB, emotional douchebag, or you're a sensitive person who don't know who I am. Like Donald Trump, okay? Yeah. But anyway, this video is going to be particularly geared towards why I cast a curse upon Lilith or the Succubus or all women in general who basically have this form of Jezebel spirit. And it's not out of spite either. It's not out of spite. It's just that before I actually found my virgin wife who was actually living with her father, which I have predicted and also had dreams of prophetically, okay, vividly and very clearly, because I have no sins in my past. I want to make it very clear that I do have magical abilities. And so now the government knows this, okay, so I guess I won't have to work anymore. So I was like this since I was 7 years old, okay, and I could make another video about what a Schizo-Indigo is or a Schizologist is, but that's not what this video is about. As I said before, please read the description down below. This is how you know I'm different from the regular average type of man. All right? Okay, I video record stuff so I can make sure that it can be very evident for people who like to fiddle-dilly and gossip, okay? But anyway, when I met my Ethiopian wife, okay, she was a virgin, and I knew that she would try to be changed. She would change, and I knew the psychology of women overseas and in the U.S. government and also all countries, as a matter of fact, who are living in Western countries. I talk very quickly, so if you have a low attention span, you should leave. Okay, I'm kind of like a Ben Shapiro on steroids. But I don't have women problems, okay? 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one, okay? I teach men about the emerald pillar. Okay, emerald pill. You can read it down below if you feel I have the time. I told you before, it's an overall knowledge pill. If you read the emerald tablets, you will unlock your third eye. But I cast a spell on many different things before I'm casting this current spell on paternity fraud. Okay, before that, it was freedom of speech. So Elon Musk steps in and Kanye West was shut down. Freedom of speech is in danger. Whenever freedom of speech is in danger, that's a red flag for all feminists. Okay, because we know that no one's equal. Today, there's different races among us who are living in human bodies and formations and entities and spirits who basically, it's a war, baby. It's a goddamn war for these physical bodies. We are only living in an avatar for only less than 100 years old. And this world will never have 100 forever peace. It will never happen. It only happens on the other side, okay? But anyway, I cast a spell upon paternity fraud because a lot of women or feminazi type females don't understand how to reciprocate a man's love and attention and affections. And lots of women take advantage of males who are mostly beta. Most men are beta, yes, okay? And I cast that spell because there's people who just don't tend to think about how they don't play devil's advocate. I was telling my ex-wife, okay, do you know that in the past, okay, I don't have any sense. I told her all these things. I told her I'm less like Jesus, okay, but I'm not a particular type of person to say I am Jesus, but I'm just saying I'm one of those individuals who don't have sins. You know what a sin is, okay? And a lot of people get the word terminology mixed up all of the time with word God and sin, okay, and Lord and Savior. Those things are interchangeable in many different ways. But I have to really put a lot of blood and sweat and tears on protecting men's mental health because that's what it's all about, men's mental health. And I went through it too as well. And I didn't think that my ex-wife would do such a thing, even though she was a virgin and raised by a father. I didn't think it. But everybody told me she would change. So I said, okay, I had to have some plans. So alphas always think 10 steps ahead, right? So I cast a spell upon it. And now when she did that wicked thing, COVID came, okay, and affected almost pretty much everybody. Whenever something bad happens to me, it seems like it affects every fucking body. It's been like that ever since I was 7, okay. I just wanted to warn you before you start listening to me. I'm very interesting. Yes. But anyway, Joe versus Wade was because of me. The freedom of speech was thing problem with it started with Donald Trump. And before I even met my ex-wife, I always saw these problems with guys. Every time I come across a guy who was a beta, I always tell them the ways of how to be an alpha, but they say that's too hard. Just like they say, pimping ain't easy. Okay, surely ain't, because they make 30,000 every fucking month. Okay, but I'd rather go the other route. I'm more of a fetish gigolo type, so I got videos to back up my shit. And I tried to show Kevin Samuels, but he didn't want to hear everything. But that's why he had 2 divorces and a false business in which he said he was a image consultant, which was definitely not true. But y'all fell for it. It's okay. And I was trying to tell him about a cure his cancer, but I guess he didn't want to hear me either. He just got too popular and he just ignored me. I'm one of his old associates. He didn't know me. He remembers me. He just forgot about me. That's all. Now, this thing with Andrew Tate, however, as I said before, he's not an alpha either. And I keep telling you, he's a little boy in a grown man's body. And he's been exposed a few times. But you gotta stop listening to arrogance. Arrogance is not upfront. Arrogance is not. It's going to try to be popular. It's going to give you the facade that he's going to try to change your life into an alpha. But you can't listen to those guys. Those guys are not alphas, okay? Those guys are not Sigmas, they're not alphas, and I'm saying it from a Gen X perspective. I'm an indigo, so I'm higher than all of them. So what now? You gonna start saying you're an alpha or indigo like me, but you don't even know what it is? But anyway, I had to cast a spell on a lot of women, or you so-called effeminates, okay, emotionals, because they're the ones who destroy society. The cancel culture, the Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben's, okay, you gotta. Yeah, you guys gotta. You white liberals are the one who have more power than anybody in the United States. I live in the United States, by the way. Okay, and Malcolm X said it the best. He says white liberals are the ones who cause the most destruction because they're in their emotions. Okay, and they sometimes don't have no directions because blacks can't do nothing about it. No, Latinos can't do nothing about it. The Native Americans. No. It's more white liberals in America. All right, they have more influence. Okay, and this is where people got to understand that pathology. It goes from there first. Whoever, and on top of that, let me add a little tidbit in it, and knowledge in here. It's not white liberals. It's supremacists. Okay, I have no hate against Jewish people, but you got to understand who pulling the strings. Okay, so if they got the masterminds and master plans, then what are you gonna do about it? Okay, right? Because Kanye West tried to expose them, but he ain't exposing nothing because there's someone higher than the Jewish people. It's the aliens, okay? And then people will call me, I'm anti-alien. I'm like, what the fuck, man? There's other alien races and other species in this world. So you kind of tend to forget that humans are not the only species in this world. But anyway, I digress here. I had to cast the spells because there's a lot of people out there who are lost. And I'm the only one on the internet right now who you can come to psychologically with my experiences and esoteric knowledge and other hidden knowledge that I can help. And so I've been offering my services for many years. But these days, people are broke and greedy these days. What the hell is going on? Back in the 80s into the 90s, women were giving me their services, paying me. I used to make $1,000 a month when I was on MySpace. Y'all don't know who MySpace is? I was called Big M on MySpace, okay, but now it's Emerald Pill because everybody want to talk about the red pill and the MGTOW. I believe MGTOW should mean men guarding their own wallets. That's what it should be because the motherfucking robots are coming. Okay, y'all guys won't have to worry about that no more. There's a lot more men who are virgins in the world, who are average-looking Joe Smos, will never see a piece of pussy in their life. They won't see it. Because I was there. I was in Ethiopia for 2 years. I was in the Gambia. They don't have porn sites out there. They can't look at that shit on their computers. Most of the time, they can't even afford it. So you guys are right about the virginity thing, and I keep telling you guys I was right all along by telling you, okay? But other than that, women don't understand how much potential they have. But when men start to reverse the roles of how to use the matriarch, Commonwealth system, like myself, because I got child support and I got primary custody, so you know what to come to, right? And if you women need education on how to treat men by being taught about emotional intelligence, you can know how to contact me. I'm usually on Facebook, by the way, and I have a Patreon. You can join at tier 1, 2, 3, or 4, okay? If you don't join the Patreon, then you'll lose contact with me. You won't see my content too much because you're too distracted with other things. But anyway, that's all I really gotta say for you guys right now. That's the reason why I cast the magic spell, because I know a lot more men are suffering than women overall. Okay. But it's been like that ever since I was a child though. I'm an indigo child. I don't have sins. I don't hang with people. I don't really like humans in general, okay, you know. And it's a dramatic events I had since I was a child. But anyway, that's all I really want to say. I don't want to make my videos too long. Okay? Because I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Watch my videos, peoples. I had transferred some of my knowledge from my first Motheus knowledge when I started in 2012 into Motheus Knowledge 9. And those people who are on Motheus Knowledge 9, I'll try my best not to get 2 strikes. I know, okay. Because I do swear in my videos. I say some explicit shit that you never, and then the YouTube algorithm starts to take some of the words. If I'll say hermaphrodite or I say stupid 19, you know, you can't say the word COVID, okay, too much, you know. But, or cunt, okay, too much, okay, you know, you'll get a strike, okay, some shit. And I'm not talking about it. I'm just a comedian, okay. I don't like that shit, okay, but comedians have to be careful, okay, because I'm a comedian, okay. I usually label my videos as people in blogs. Sometimes I'll label it as comedian, so basically I won't get a strike. You have to label your videos, guys, a certain way, or they'll look at it in some kind of odd way. You can appeal, but you can't dispute, even if you are right. So this is why you have Rumble, MeWe, Signal, Getter, Truth. Okay, you know, Donald Trump created his own website. That's a multi-million-dollar corporation there, if you can put it together. This is why I use YouTube, because it's oversaturated. Okay, but they don't usually make money off my videos. And if you see any advertisements on my videos, please tell me. Okay, they're not supposed to do that. All right, because that's what TikTok does. TikTok steals people's ideas. They steal everybody's ideas. That's man. Once you put your shit out there, you don't want to be like what's her name? The one who created the Matrix. Okay, that black woman. Okay, who was very articulate with her words, and she said she created the Matrix. I keep forgetting her name. Sophia Brenda. Okay, and she created the Matrix, and she's so compelling, so convincing. But people say, "Oh no, she didn't create the story." But she's telling the story straight up. Shit that you ain't never heard of before. Just look up the third eye on the internet. Her name is Sophia Brenda. Sophia, I think it is. But when people start talking, they start patenting your knowledge and shit. And then they'll start stealing it. But now we have a chat GPT now, okay, where people can make up anything now and say it was their idea, okay, you know, even art. They have computer generated art and shit, and I'm shocked that I see fantastic art and beautiful art. I have never seen, my eyes is bleeding. Like, they should make all these stories into video games. Think about that. But anyway, that's enough of me talking. This is the reason why I cast spells on the Lilith spirit. I love Lilith, but she needs to be taught a lesson. The Jezebel needs to be taught a lesson. But I try to talk to her all of the time. Okay, you can't hurt innocent men, okay, or boys, okay, and drink their blood. You can't do that. That's only going to cause suffering, even more torment. You have to help the men. You have to snap out of this equality thing. No two people are alike. Okay, the spirit of Lilith resides in all witches, women who are not virgins, okay, women who speak out of anger. They don't speak out of peace or helping the male spiritual sexual energy. They don't care about that. Okay, and they don't care how stored it is or anything. They don't know what to do. They need to come to a warlock. Though I'm not a warlock, I could be a shaman, okay. I can be a wizard like Harry Potter, okay. I always cause war with only those who like war, okay. But anyway, I digress. Enough of that talk. And I'm out of here, guys. I hope you learned something from my videos, okay. I'm going to try to get my six-pack back. I'm trying to do that stuff. I make videos, baby. But I'm not a whore. I'm not a whoremonger. People be thinking, you look like an evil whoremonger. I said, why would you think that? You better get a chance to know me, motherfucker, before you make a judgment. But you better not be rich making any shot calls on me. You better not try that shit. Peace.